Hello everybody, welcome to Ain't You a Peach. I'm Jamie, and that's Lep. How you doing? Besides getting ready for your trip.
Yeah, well, no, which one? The little mini one that I'm at, or the one that's upcoming?
The one that's incoming. It's going to come with
okay.
A lot of gas.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Over 4th of July weekend down to 3 days, 20 something. I'm leaving on the 2nd, leaving on my fat butt. The party itself is on the 4th, so I have to be there before everything starts. And the 1st is always an exchange day for me. It's where I log on the computer and go, oh, I have that number in my checking account, and exchange it for a number that's like this little big in my checking account. And I go, oh, okay, I guess I will buy a loaf of bread, maybe.
It's expensive traveling. You just have to get used to it, you know?
Yeah, I had contemplated going to, I still am kind of contemplating going on from Colorado into California and visit the rest of the family. But man, $7-8 a gallon for gasoline. I'm not so sure that I'm going to go to California. Maybe. It's a possibility, but I'm not going to hold my breath. It's iffy. And it's an extra 1,000 miles at, $7 a gallon. I still am kind of contemplating.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, here it's not so. What is it there now? I mean,
well, see, my truck takes premium, and I get it here on the corner from the local station, and I pay $5.11.
Right.
But there's no ethanol whatsoever. It's straight up, honest to goodness, gasoline.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
not 10%, not 1%. Nope, the premium is straight up. Octane, I don't remember. 90s, 3, 4, maybe 7. I don't know. I get like 19 miles to the gallon on average if I drive well.
Yeah.
but there's no
it's getting
ethanol.
crazy. I mean, here it's not
straight up, honest to goodness.
It's not like it was a year ago
Gasoline.
or 2 years ago.
Not,
But
not
it's still
10%,
not. I mean, it
1%,
teeters right around
it's straight
three.
up.
Upper
Octane, I
threes.
don't remember.
I don't know what
Just
it
for
is.
regular 3, 4, maybe.
Let's see
7.
what it is right now.
I get like 19 miles. Oh, regular unleaded.
See.
Drive well. And I don't know why it is, but my Mitsubishi
It's not like it was a year ago.
little 6-banger all-wheel drive Endeavor truck.
Right now, right here by my house, it's at $4.40. So it's been when I filled up actually last week.
Regular unleaded.
I filled up since going to the Georgia Guidestones. That wasn't last weekend,
I
right?
don't know why it is, but weekend before.
Okay, it was the weekend before.
A little 6-banger.
I think.
I think.
I'm not sure. I don't know
It
what
could have
day
been
it
last
is
weekend.
now.
I was supposed to go and I had a tire of flatness.
When I filled up after we went to Georgia Guidestones and all that, it seemed like it was 370 something. So today is at 440 a gallon, and that is just regular. So
Right.
which is what I use. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, see, no, mine takes premium. I was supposed to go and I had a tire. I have tried putting just regular in it and I used to go to Dollar Tree and get those gas boosters. They were only $1. So I would get, I'd fill the tank up with cheap gas and then add that octane booster. Right. I don't know. It didn't really help my gas mileage out, but
because it was $1.
Putting just regular in it.
Don't you know? You don't trust anything like that. It could have tore your car up. You never know. I have no trust.
Boosters, they were only $1. It was octane boosters, just like you'd get it at China Mart, but I'd go to the Dollar Tree because it was only $1 there, and it was
that's one thing
$3 at China Mart.
Kroger actually has the thing on the gas thing now, and if you want booster or some kind of additive, you can tick it and it'll mix it in with the gas while it's putting the gas in.
Oh, goody.
I
So
don't
if you want more ethanol, you can get more
to.
ethanol.
I have a brand new car, so in my opinion, it's still under warranty, and I don't think everything runs.
Well, don't break it. Check your owner's manual. Make sure you can or cannot use that E88 shit.
I'm not putting nothing in mine. I'm being a good girl.
That's what's for them.
So I'm going to start the music and you do the daily.
I can do this. Good afternoon, my fellow. Ain't you a peachers? Happy Sunday. It's the 163rd day with 202 still to go in 2022. Today is National Children's Day. No, not really. It is National Children's Day. The day honors the children in our lives by slowing down our fast-paced lives, turning off the tech, and refocusing on the important things. Children look up to adults in their lives for guidance. While their personalities are unique, they develop their character as they spend time with you and me. I feel sorry for the Rugrats. It's National Red Rose Day. The day honors the flower that is the symbol of love and romance, the red rose. The rose is also the June birth flower. How cool, didn't know that. Red roses were used in many early cultures as decorations in wedding ceremonies and wedding attire. It was through this practice that over the years, the red rose became known as a symbol of love and romance. The tradition of giving red roses as the strongest message of love is still practiced today. Just don't give black ones. I think that means you hate them. It's National Loving Day that commemorates the anniversary of the 1967 United States Supreme Court decision, Loving versus Virginia. This decision struck down all anti-miscegenation laws, in other words, interracial sex or interracial marriages, remaining in the 16 U.S. states. The ruling cited there can be no doubt that restricting the freedom to marry solely because of racial classification violates the central meaning of the Equal Protections Clause in the United States. Anti-miscegenation, God, I can't say that line, laws were U.S. states law banning interracial marriage It's also National Jerky Day that celebrates the rich history, immense popularity, and nutritional benefits of dried meat snacks. The word jerky is derived from the Spanish word cacri, which came from the Quinoc, a native South American language, word charqui, which means meat to burn, charcoal, charqui. While on road trips, camping, or even long distance flights, a jerky staves off hunger until the next meal. It's easy to pack, easy in fact. That's due to its lightweight, high level of nutrition. It's even been to space. Since 1996, astronauts have selected jerky as space food several times for space flights. It's also National Peanut Butter Cookie Day that celebrates the only cookie holiday in June. The day allows cookie lovers and peanut butter lovers to step away from the pies and the cakes and indulge in a little peanut butter therapy. It's day 821 of 14 to flatten the curve. Thank you, Liberty Lighthouse, who was on last night. Honk all you want, but if I don't eat these donuts at this green light, I'll have to share them when I get home. And Sharon can eat 7 of them all by herself. She's a big girl.
Since its founding in 1921, the CFR has produced 21 Secretaries of War and Defense, 19 Treasury Secretaries, 18 Secretaries of State, and 16 CIA Directors. The Council's journal, Foreign Affairs, has pushed for world government for over 90 years. In its first year of publication, 1922, it declared, "Obviously, there is going to be no peace or prosperity for mankind so long as it remains divided into 50 or 60 independent states. The real problem today is that of world government."
When you put all of that together, you recognize that the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, is nothing more but an elaborate attempt to, as they say themselves, make an end run around national sovereignty, diminish the independence and autonomy of the United States, and merge it into this global governing institution that they, of course, foresee themselves running. Some of the prominent members of the CFR, Council on Foreign Relations: George Herbert Walker Bush, Bill Clinton, Sandra Day O'Connor, Dick Cheney, Les Aspin, Colin Powell, Robert Gates, Brent Scowcroft, Jesse Jackson Sr., Mario Cuomo, Dan Rather, Tom Brokaw, David Brinkley, John Chancellor, Marvin Cobb, Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters, Cyrus Vance, Paul Volcker, Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, Bruce Babbitt, Howard Baker, Samuel Berger, Elaine Chao, Dianne Feinstein, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Chuck Hagel, Gary Hart, John McCain, George Mitchell, Bill Moyers, Jay Rockefeller, Donna Shalala, Strobe Talbot, Fred Thompson, Robert Zoellick, Richard Nixon, Hubert Humphrey, George McGovern, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, John Anderson, Walter Mondale, Michael Dukakis, Al Gore, John Kerry, on and on. I mean, you notice first of all that you're talking Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals. You're talking people in every area of government and news media. You're talking education establishment. You're talking basically the key establishment institutions of the country are all infiltrated with Council on Foreign Relations members. Why is this institution so powerful that no matter whether it's a Republican or a Democrat in the White House, they are going to fill their administration with members of the CFR?
So, hopefully you figured out that that's what we're going to be talking about, the CFR. And if you don't know what the CFR is, they are the Council on Foreign Relations. That was our... As a lot of you know, we do a spot-on RIA show on Sunday mornings, but ours is
Sunday Long Live.
Sunday Long Live. It's a 5-hour long show, and our segment is on around the 6 a.m. Eastern time area. So a lot of you you're not up, you don't get to hear it. So it gives us a lot of good ideas for some shows. And this was her question for today was, who is the Council on Foreign Relations? When did they start? And how powerful are they? And they started 101 years ago. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting because I'd never heard of them. I had no idea who they were. I really didn't. I asked my niece, and it's funny because she's, in her 30s, and I asked her, and she said, oh, yeah. She said, pretty much same thing as the WHO and the One World Order, and all of it controlled by the same people. So I thought, since I didn't know what this was, maybe most of you didn't know what this was either. Did you know what it was before we got it?
Yeah, I'd heard of them. But you know me, I've got a smattering of little now. How involved they are? No, I didn't realize how deep their fingers go. Should I tell everybody a little bit about them so they know whom we're talking about?
Yeah.
Like I had mentioned on Sunday Long Live, I'm pulling this information from them, from the Council on Foreign Relations. This is under the About Us section. The Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, is an independent, nonpartisan member organization, think tank, and publisher dedicated to being a resource for its members, government officials, business executives, journalists, educators, students, civic and religious leaders, and other interested persons in order to help them better understand the world and the foreign policy choices facing the United States and other countries. Founded in 1921, CFR takes no institutional position on matters of policy. Our goal is to start a conversation in this country about the need for Americans to better understand the world. Now, they do have some heavy hitters you heard in the video. They got some big names: Condoleezza Rice, Farid Zahika, Angelina Jolie. Now, a good portion of the names they mentioned, as far as I can tell, are a little bit on the left-hand side of the world.
They did, but just like he said, in reality, I mean, come on, Bush was supposed to be on the right, supposedly. You know what I mean? If you really analyze the whole list, you're going to find just as many on the right as you are on the left. And that was one thing that caught me about this man's speech was people seem to think it's just the left. It is not just the left. There are paid people on both sides. They're nothing more than puppets who basically control both sides. It's just a big game to them. It is a big game. It doesn't matter if you're left, you're right. It does not matter, because
they get people from both sides so they can control.
What they want to happen is going to happen. It's always going to play out the way that they want to, even if they play a game with, pretending to want things to go one way when in reality they're wanting it to go the other way. But they play that little, it's a game. It's just a huge game. Propaganda. We'll tell them this to get them to go this way. I mean, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's what people need to wake up and realize is this isn't just the left. This is not just a left. This is a group of people that don't really have a left or right. They're just control freaks.
They have their own agenda.
Yes. And that is to control us.
Mm-hmm.
Or get rid of us. One of the two.
From Britannica, their definition is the Council on Foreign Relations is independent, non-partisan think tank and publisher that promotes understanding of international relations and foreign policy. The Council on Foreign Relations was founded in 1921. It does not take policy positions, but instead sponsors discussion, analysis, and research. It also publishes the journal Foreign Affairs, a leading forum for discussion for events that affect global affairs. They're headquartered in New York City. That's where the salsa comes from. It's members only. They have 5,000 members, and one of their, they got big, heavy duty names. Jamie mentioned a whole bunch of the names: Madeleine Albright, Jack Kemp, John McCloy, Stanley McChrystal. Big names, heavy duty power players that do what they want to do and get done what they want to get done. Now, the 12-cent question: is this benevolent sounding organization good, or is it nefarious?
Nefarious.
Here's a statement from one of the founding members, or one of the prominent members, from 1994, September 14th. It's the UN Business Conference. Gentleman speaking, we've all heard of one each, David Rockefeller. Quote, "We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order." Yeah, I don't think so. I say rebel, resist, stand back, and give them natural element lead rapidly.
But that's the whole thing, is people don't know who they are. They there's so many people that are out there that deny any of this stuff that people like we've been trying to share lately. The Illuminati. And I mean, I hate to tell everybody, most of this stuff is in your Bible. Wake up. It's in the Bible. It doesn't name these people, but it talks about specifically what is going on. And these people are the people that the Bible has been warning us about. They're all a bunch of satanic people. Our child trafficking problems all go back to them. Our food shortage problems go back to them. I mean, you name it. It all goes back to the same people. Wake up.
Same drivers of the boat, same money players. And it's from, like you say, both sides of the aisle. But what they do is they have control, so they can do whatever it is they wish and get their agendas accomplished.
For me, it's the fact that they, this CFR thing, it's not a part of our government. It's just a business they put together, like a round table thing. It has nothing to do with our government. Same thing with the reserve. That's not a government thing. Yet They handle all of our money. These people control all of our money. These people control everything that we do. Just like the World Health Organization. It controls our health. All of these things are not technically government. They're just groups of people who get together and say, okay, you're in the government, but you're going to listen to us. You're going to do what we tell you to do.
They're called NGOs, non-government organizations. Yet they have the power and influence of those running the government to get their goals accomplished. Now, the only thing you can do to help stave off what nasties that these guys are bringing is if you go to preparewithmojo50.com and click on that, and then that takes you over to My Patriot Supply, where you can find the 4-month and the 4-week supply of grub on sale. Both of them are on sale. You can save $150 on the big one, and it's 2,000 calorie meals, complete balance, snacks, dinner, breakfast, lunch, drinks, the whole 9 yards.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. It was just a commercial for Prepare with Mojo 50. Back to you. Play your video.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so I'll let y'all listen to this. Could you hear it a second ago?
Yep.
I'll make sure you
heard it goodly.
Okay. So listen to this man. He makes so much sense. And I'm trying to hang on. Of course, it's not
now that
letting
you want
me.
It to play.
Well, no, I'm trying to get to where I can share the screen because,
Buttons. The poor girl has to push buttons.
brain is half but backwards. Okay, here we go.
Understand politics, you think you understand political parties. You're all full of crap. You don't know what the Illuminati is. If you're Republican or you're Democrat, you're wrong. Why? It's this easy. It's called divide and conquer. That's why there's two parties and only two. And they're controlled by the same people at the very top who belong to the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberger Group. They also belong to the Trilateral Commission, and you people don't even know what the hell that is. But if you did know, you would know that these are the people that control your world by making global policies that you never vote on, and by which parties both serve and belong to these organizations and control your world. Now, here's how it works. Really easy. Divide and conquer can only work if the people that are divided are not aware of the falsely created division. If you're not aware of it, then it works. If you know about it, then it don't work no more. If you have socialism without capitalism, it becomes communism. If you have capitalism without socialism, it becomes fascism. And it's just that easy. I love you. That's all you need to know. That's why Masonic symbols are all over your freaking money. But you don't pay attention. Ridiculous.
So if that doesn't make it clear, I honestly do not know what will. But we are fixing to run into a break, and we will be back in 2 minutes as soon as the music starts in a second now. We'll see y'all on the other side. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy.
And we're clear.
Collectively,
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission is a bad one. I wonder if Rhea will give us them one day. Who is the Trilateral Commission?
I thought this was pretty interesting.
The George clip. You don't own, drive, do anything. True. I gotta figure out what to do for Din Din tonight. Kind of hungry, but don't know for what.
I'm thinking Dairy Queen myself. So. Gotta get that. Gotta get that slaw dog.
I finished off all my slaw. I made a mayo slaw the other day.
Well, I have found that all the Dairy Queens, depending on who owns them, it's like the southern ones are different than the northern ones. The ones that the Indians came in and bought, you know what I'm talking about? All the dot Indians that bought up all the little fast food places and stuff. The slaw is not the same as the ones by the original. So luckily this one over here is originally owned and has the slaw that I like. So, I like their onion rings too. Oh my gosh. I
haven't had onion rings in forever. I love onion rings.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, they're not as good as the ones from the varsity, Georgia State.
Varsity's good. A&W is good.
Yeah, so, but they're in that top. So here we come. Here we come. And hey, everybody. By the way, okay. Sorry.
to collectively as geoengineering that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI. a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI.
Yeah, that was another video from actually one of the meetings that they have all over YouTube. By the way, you can actually go look them up on YouTube, and most of their meetings are on there. Their propaganda meetings, and that one in particular was talking about all this chemtrail stuff that you see up in the sky, you know, and we have naysayers out there say that's not true. Well, there's your proof right there. Come on, these people are literally openly talking about it. So,
and it would only be $10 billion a year, so that's easily paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 20-minute run of the printing presses. Hey, you've got 10 years worth of spraying, but he didn't say what they were going to spray. Aluminum
no, you can go and look
oxide.
At you can go find the rest of the video and watch it, but yeah, I mean, everybody that knows. They know what those things are up in the sky, and
they don't have chemtrails. Come on now, everybody tells us there's no such thing as chemtrails, and I'm not breathing right now either. That's why I look so blue on the screen. Let's see. The in CFR, the Center on Foreign Relations is often referred to as an invisible government and is considered the most powerful organization of its kind. They get people to join through, making it sound good. Come on, print. Here we go. Well, you know, sometimes you click on the thing and it goes, I'll show you in a minute. Let's see, they were founded in July of 21, and it was based on a similar British council, which called itself the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the RIIA. Well,
and that was 1921, by the way, people. That wasn't 2021.
Yes, 1921, not 2021. Sorry, I guess I should have stipulated that.
This is nothing
way back
new.
In the day.
This thing has been around for 101 years.
Yeah, and they've been driving the boat. Like I said, it's the invisible government. The meetings for the CFR are held in secret, away from a scrutiny of the public. Now they do print, like Jamie said here, you can see videos of some of their open meetings, but
that's part of the propaganda. That's part of their, trying to urge people to go in the direction that they're trying to get them to go in.
Exactly.
I don't think they're legitimate meetings per se. I think that's just what they want us to see.
And they're similar to the Trilateral Commission, which is another group of bad apples driving the boat. They published their periodical. Let's see, the Council on Foreign Relations located in New York City, New York. So that's why they're so
hot
up in the air, I'm guessing.
Spicy.
Yeah, there you go.
I just, I mean, I know many of y'all don't know. I mean, it's just the fact that I've been down the rabbit hole since, started. So we're talking almost 3 years now. And just the things that I've learned, the things that I had no idea these things were going on until I went down the hole. And now I can't even see things the way that I was taught in school. I was lied to. We've all been lied to. Our government doesn't even control our government. Other people do. It's who has the most money. It's just ridiculous.
Well, many believe that the true objective of the Council on Foreign Relations is to acquire markets and consolidate economic power for a small number of, I got to hit gross on that, humongous, what the Samuel? I got to add bigger text. For some reason, most of the stuff on my computer is 120. Consolidate power, small number of homogeneous multinationals that are controlled by a very small number of banking and investment firms controlled by global banking families. You mean like the Rockefellers? Gee, who would ever think something like that?
Speaking of the Rockefellers, let's see. We have, these are on the committee. We have David Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller the fourth. We have Nicholas Rockefeller, Stephen C. Rockefeller, Susan Cohen Rockefeller, and Valerie Rockefeller, on top of Carolyn Kennedy, David Kennedy, Edward Kennedy Jr., on top of Lynn Forrest D. Rothschild, and then some people that you probably don't know, but they are actually elite families: the Russells, the Lees, the Sam DuPont, the Freemans. I mean,
DuPont.
it's crazy because these people are so in the background that most people don't even know who they are unless they're a Rockefeller, a Kennedy, or a Rothschild. I mean, you've even got Soros, Jonathan Soros, which is the son of George Soros, and George Soros is on there. I mean, it's crazy.
It's got everybody that's driving the boat from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's scary.
You got Christine Todd Whitman, who comes off of the Collins family, which is one of the elites, and she used to be governor of New Jersey, and she was under George Bush at one time. There you go on your right side there, George Bush. So, yeah, and I did some extensive research on some of these people because the names matched and stuff, but I wanted to make sure. Are they actually in, is the lineage there, or is it just a coincidence that their name's the same? So I actually sat there for 3 hours yesterday looking up these people's heritage to see, did it link back to these people? And it did. Yep. And it's just a scary thought, These people are all
those elites. Oh, definitely. But the thing that is good for them, they do have one redeeming quality. It's especially if they go over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and get some real, honest to goodness coffee. I mean, they've got the Frederick Douglass, the Bacon Blast on the roof. They have more choices than they could shake a stick at. And all they need to do is go over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and pick out their flavor of coffee and order it, and DM will get it sent out fairly rapidly. They're getting back in the swing of things. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
So I have some pictures. I'm trying to find the one that I want.
Cool.
Okay. And I will be posting these on Twitter, so you can look at them. Okay, so it's like a picture, and it has like the Council of Foreign Relationships. I mean, relations at the top. Okay, so then if you go out, it's like one of those things where the lines are drawn type of thingies. So if you go out to the left, you got the Bilderberg meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go out to the right, you got the Trilateral Commission. Okay,
They're
then
bad.
It has all the lines drawn to each of the people that are involved in these things. Then it also, underneath there, has all your news. Where you're getting your news, where you're getting your information. You got the New York Times, you got, Fox News, you got NBC. I mean, everything. Disney, Google,
and
YouTube.
Disney and ABC are the same company.
Right. But I mean, everything is tied in. TBS, HBO, Warner Brothers. I don't care what it is. They are on this thing with all these people, And they are the ones that are controlling what we can and can't do. They're the ones that are, they have their hand in all of it.
Well, remember when we did, I think it was when we did propaganda, we showed the news piece where, like 27 different news channels, the same affiliate, but they all said the same thing in the same night during the same broadcast. And we had, like 27 different screens of different heads all saying the same thing. So when you have a minority controlling the output, you only get what they want you to got.
Well, yeah, because if they don't do what they're told to do, they could be, Hillaried. Because obviously they're going to know too much anyway, or you just don't know what's going to happen to these people. I mean, in all honesty,
Like that guy found in the tree that committed suicide by hanging himself with a electric cord and shooting himself in the chest with a shotgun just to make sure.
So, and me and Lep had a little conversation about this before we actually sat down to do the recording and stuff like this. But okay, so they put out a quarterly magazine. Well, it's not really a magazine. It's like a quarterly thingamajiggy
Publication.
Yeah, and on the cover of said quarterly thing is a picture of a white horse, the white horse, and a man on the white horse with a bunch of Latin on it and all that kind of stuff. So the word that's on there is ubique. It's Ubique. It means everywhere, omnipresent, Latin. And us down in the hole, believe that it has a representation to the Antichrist riding in on a non-flying white horse. And of course, if you read your Bible, then you know that Jesus Christ is supposed to also come in on a white horse, but it's going to be a flying white horse. Then you got American Daniti, first prince, second chairman, third emperor, fourth antichrist, fifth self, and proclaimed God. This is what is on this picture is on their book. And those of us down in the rabbit hole, that's a big thing for us is symbolism. When we see stuff, it literally like jumps out. It's not something that we see it and we don't think about it. We see stuff all the time. I cannot go out of my house without seeing something that goes, oh, it has something to do with something down the rabbit hole, whether it be child trafficking, whether it be, what the movie stars and stuff like that are doing, what our government's doing, whatever. We see all the symbolism, and it says in the Bible that things will be symbols. So to me, that is a big thing, because the white horse is also known as the deceiver, meaning that we are being deceived. So yeah, it's kind of scary to think these people have so much power. And if you go back and you actually, and I have a thing, if anybody wants it, you're more than welcome to ask me for it, but it literally breaks down that whole family tree, who they are, what they had their hands in, proof that they are all into satanic worship, all of that kind of stuff. And it is very, very creepy because yeah. I mean, we are nearing the end, and I honestly believe that this is going to be the big war at the end, is good against evil, God against all the
end of days probably
crap going on. Yeah.
End of show. No, we still got like 15 minutes.
But yeah, that's just the way I feel. I feel like we have been lied to our entire lives, and these people have been literally running this whole not just our country. I think initially it started out our country, but then, you know, you got to look at, there's Asian families in there. There's European, there's French, there's, all of them are in different, their linkage to the different countries. So it's like this huge world dominant thing going on. I honestly believe that this is no different than the New World Order. I mean, it's still the same families, all of this stuff.
It is.
The
The same
who
money
goes,
has been driving the boat for
yeah,
eons. And like you said, they started here in New York back in the 20s.
hmm
Their power and influence grew as the organization grew. The families got more prestigious, more influence, and it just expounds exponentially until eventually, yeah, like the boy said, the right major crisis and the nations will accept the new world order. So what would be the next major crisis? I figure since money is being printed faster than toilet paper, because there's been times where I've hit Kroger and I ain't got no butt wipes on the shelf whatsoever, but you can always find a $100 bill, not necessarily in your pocket, but one can always find one. So I think that's what they're going to try and come up with for the next big
well,
crash, is
I
us
mean,
going belly up bankrupt.
we've talked over the past month now. It seems like we've done the Tartarian, we've done the brain fart. Okay, the
Propaganda, AI,
propaganda,
transhumanism.
the AI, the transhumanism, all of that to me leads to them, because they're the ones behind all this stuff. They're the ones who, that is their plan, is to make all these, you know, make us all conform and do what they want, become the
Pliant. Yep.
AI, get, you know, on top of the fact that they've tampered with our Bible. People do not understand the Bible the way they should. People who think that they're Christians are the first ones to run and get the, you know what. Um, okay, and to me, that was a whole test run. I honestly feel like that was a test run to see how compliant is the world going to be. Are they going to line up and get this, or are they going to fight us? Okay, well, obviously, a lot of people did get it. So what's next? Is it going to be the chip in the hand? Is it, you know, to me, that's what the transhumanism is them adding parts to our body. And, you know, we're not going to be able to go buy anything unless we can wave our little hand under that thing and it says, oh, okay, here, we'll take the money out of there.
And they have another thing going. I was listening on the news the other day. Is it the shopping basket or your phone? There's something that it's supposed to do it. I think it's a store. You go in the store, you shop with whatever you want to. I guess like you know, sign in with your phone somehow going in the door. And as you put the stuff in the basket, it adds it up when you get ready to leave. No checkout, no nothing. Once you put it in the basket, you're good to go. It automatically
I think I
takes it
saw
from
some.
your account.
I can't think of what was it. Wasn't it a particular store or something? I can't
I
remember.
think
But
so. I don't believe it was China Mart. It was somebody else, maybe a Whole
yeah,
Foods
because
or
I think
something
I
like
saw
that.
something. I mean, they were even talking about that on the thing we did with Amazon that time. Remember the little short video, and it showed, and if I have to check out. And I've seen several things like that. In fact, it was on some movie that came out just recently,
Hmm.
uh, where the guy just went in and he pushed some button and his food fell out and it just automatically charged whatever. You know, you didn't have to go to a cash register or anything. It just,
Well, see, now that would be nice if you could hook it up so it charges, you know, like Chuck Schumer's account or Nancy's account,
well,
or,
yeah,
you know,
let them take it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it really, I just think that people are not waking up to what's really going on. Too many people are in the, oh, we've heard this years and years ago about how the world's going to end, God's coming soon. It wasn't lining up like it is now. Now it is really coming to light and it's in your face. and so many people are just not looking. They're too busy looking the other way. They're too busy being in the world, and they aren't
People are more
listening to what God's
compliant
telling
now.
them.
They're easily manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how many people still, even to this day, wear a face mask. I see people in the store all the time. It's like,
Oh, I've seen them in the car.
seriously?
I mean, literally,
Oh,
you're driving down
that's
the
my
road.
favorite. Going down the road in the middle of nothing. There's nothing around you. Wide open spaces as far as you can see.
And you
they're
can't
masked
help
up
but
and locked
laugh.
up.
You can't help but laugh. I mean, seriously, it's just totally. I mean, are you gonna get yourself sick if you take that mask off?
One would wonder.
I don't know, but yeah, I honestly think people need to you need to get where your focus is right. Get back with God. Get in the Word and wake up. Just wake up. I don't know. Well, you want to do your little spacey thingy?
Sure, we can. We're that close.
Yeah, we got. We're at about 5-6 minutes.
Oh, okay. We don't have my teaser anymore.
No.
For this week's Spaced with Me and Ms. Jamie, you got a good one for you. Coming up here on the 14th, which is what, Tuesday? Is that right? Let me look. Yeah, Tuesday, I thought so. We're going to get a full moon. It's a strawberry moon, and it's also a super moon. June's full moon is the second of 4 back-to-back super moons, and it comes a week before the summer in the northern hemisphere. So, like I say, the 14th, and then the 21st is the solstice. Look up the full strawberry moon of June 14th may appear ever so slightly bigger and brighter than usual when it rises this month, making it a supermoon by most definitions. Depending on which breed of supermoon definition you follow, the moon will be the second of 4 consecutive supermoons that we'll see through the summer. And it comes, for us up here in the northern hemisphere, June 21st is when summer actually hits. The next full moon after that will be July 13th and then August 11th. If you're hoping to photograph the moon, check out the best cameras for, oh yeah, that's a commercial. Read our guide on how to photograph the moon. Yep. With a camera, some helpful tips to plan your lunar photo session. Let's see, some community, retired NASA astrophysicists calculate supermoon to account for changes in the lunar orbit each lunar cycle. Particularly speaking, this meant that the full moon's a super status, while NASA did not, but really that all that matters is you take the time to go outside and look up. Pretty. We even have a short little uno momento video. It's got cheesy
music.
Yeah, cheesy porno music with it. Apogee farthest. Arrow G closest.
That's just their way of explaining how the moon actually works. And it doesn't.
Well, that's why it looks bigger and smaller.
Yeah, but Flat Earth has a same type of thing. Why it's bigger and smaller.
Well, it depends on if you kiss it or not, I guess.
Nah. And I will be uploading this because I know a lot of you can't see it, but yeah, showing the different moon phases and all that kind of stuff. Why it's bigger, why it's smaller.
It gets closer and farther away.
I may even post a video explaining it in flat Earth terms.
Oh, I thought you said in Latin at first.
You know, flat Earth terms. Don't know
It
how
is
many of
pretty,
y'all
though.
out there are flat earthers, but yeah.
I'm just a flat
Uh,
header. Top
well,
of my head's flat. You can put beer bottles up there, it'll stand. No?
yeah, I guess.
But you know what is good?
Hmm.
That's if you go over to mojolaserpros.com. That's right. That's mojolaserpros.com. And that'll take you over to Romika Design with Ron and his laser. You could probably get the flat earth engraved on one of them living boxes if you so desired. I bet you if you had got a hold of them over there at Romika, they probably would do it. That might be kind of cool.
Very, very, very true. So.
Yeah. So make sure to get over there to mojolaserpros.com and check out Romika Designs.
All I know is I hope some of you got what we were trying to explain. That you get your heads out of your butts. Come on.
But it's so dark and warm in there.
I mean, at this point, in my opinion, there's really nothing that we can do. What's going to happen is going to happen. It's all written in the Bible. We all know what's going to happen. We know who wins at the end. So, do you want to be on the winning team or you want to be on the losing team? I mean, that's what it amounts to. But you gotta make that choice. So, I myself, I want to be on the winning team. Okay.
Nothing wrong with being a wiener.
So yeah, should be pretty interesting to see as this stuff starts unfolding and coming true, and then all y'all are gonna say, "Oh, I remember we heard that. Oh my goodness."
Go back and listen to old episodes.
Yes. There you go. Go to YouTube and start looking at the old ones. Start doing your own research. Come on. You're going to find exactly what we find, depending on how you look. If you look on the libtard side, it might be a little different.
True. But we thank everybody for watching this week. We've had fun. It's always fun getting together with everybody here in the chat room. Remember, tell your friends. Don't forget to hit like. That's the up thumb, not the down thumb. We got our downer all the time, but oh well. So hit the up thumb, share with your friends, have your friends, neighbors, your grandmas, your Aunt Agnes too. Log in, check us out.
And if you ever are up on Sunday morning that early, then check us out on Ria's show.
Sunday Long Live
Sunday
Radio.
Long Live, yeah. We'll see y'all next week.
Till next week, everybody.
Bye. Ugh.